I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Newton in pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Everson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On second down, here's Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Newton.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st and 10, Newton buying time to his left. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
On 3rd down, Bradford. And he's able to find Diggs. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 78 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And here's a look at the starting offense. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd down now after the incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 10, Newton again. Going for the deep ball. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. He's going to take another shot here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. 3rd down here.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On first down, it's Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Stewart missed weeks 3, 4, and 5 with a hamstring injury. Returned in week 6. Happy to have him back, I'm sure. 85 yards, 2 touchdowns.
They hated that they didn't win the game at New Orleans, but the philosophy and the way they played felt more like Carolina Panther football. Able to run it with Jonathan Stewart, opens things up for Cam Newton in the passing game as well as a runner himself, and they just have to take care of the football. If they're able to do that, maybe they can string together enough wins to try and get back into the playoff race.
To throw is Newton, and that's off the mark, incomplete. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Newton to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin, 52 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. And he knocks it through. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And out now come the Vikings. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Newton now on second down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's 3rd and 5.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Now it's Newton being chased out left. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And it brings up 4th down.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
And Ginn's got it. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that brings up 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
And Newton's going to keep it. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of seeing what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space. No gain.
The left side caught by Diggs. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Vikings. A 1st down throw for Bradford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll give the Vikings a 1st down.
And those 1st downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. To the air again with Bradford. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Michael Pruitt, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Throwing is Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. A second down throw for Bradford. This will be caught at the 2. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Third and goal, Bradford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen from 3 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone. And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Everson Griffin in there to get him for his second sack of the night. To throw on second down is Newton. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return